Hello, sports fan, and welcome to the Packs for Breakfast. There's some cards up there, and those are some players. Luis Angel. It's like, no, Luis is not in hell. Luis Angel Acuna. It's not an easy name to say. We got Spencer Schwallenbach and Dylan Cruz. Maybe it's Dylan Cruz. No, it's Dylan. But we opened up a bunch of packs of cards. Bowman's. Never opened those before. They're usually pricier cards. The only thing I'll say about Bowman is it's a lot of rookies. I mean, it's a lot of young players that are in these things. And it's like, I mean, we didn't pull a single Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge but, we pulled cards like Ketel Marte, and Chris Sale, guys like that. So, it's not like there weren't veterans in the pack, but we didn't get any of the big veterans. So we're focusing a little bit more on some of these rookies. Now, these guys all at least played MLB ball this year, and that's what I'm focusing on, because a lot of the rookie cards that I have here, these guys have not seen the major league ballpark yet. They've maybe played some, they got invited to the spring training roster maybe, but they have not gotten up there. Now, these guys, of course, have had some success. I'm not going to say that any of these guys are super great yet. They still, they're in their second seasons. I think every one of them is in their second season, but they're all out there contributing. But batting averages seem to be a problem for a couple of these guys. Schwellenbach looks like he could be legit. He's just not his team isn't doing that well right now. So we'll start with Schwellenbach. Right now he's 4-4 with a 3.13 ERA. He started 12 games. He has 74.2 innings pitched, 71 strikeouts, and 12 walks. I mean, that's a really good strikeout to walk ratio. I mean, you're talking 6-1 on your strikeout ratio. I mean, that is really good on your strikeout to walk. But the Braves right now are 27-31. They're 9.5 games back of the Mets, and they're 5.5 out of the wild card. Now, I mean, the season's only barely a third over, a little more than a third maybe. But the Braves don't look great right now. And, I mean, Schwellenbach is he's doing decent enough. He's got a pretty low ERA, which is nice. And the walks to strikeouts is a good, that is also a really good, a measurement of he's got good control. But right now, Schwellenbach's career, because this is only his second season, he's 12-11 in his career with a 3.27 ERA. He started 33 games. He's pitched 198 and a third inning. He's struck out 198 and he's walked 35. Once again, basically that 6-1 ratio, which I think is incredible. That means he's not putting guys on, but he's also, he's striking them out to keep them from even hitting the ball. So, I mean, this guy seems like he's got a pretty great future in front of him, especially if, maybe the Braves can score a little bit more. But this guy, Schwellenbach, looks like he could be the real deal. I would probably guess to say that maybe this card has a chance to be worth something someday. Maybe, not a lot. I mean, Schwellenbach could end up very well being, Steve Avery. Just a nice career and just not really not a superstar like Maddox or Glavine playing in that organization. So I like Schwellenbach. I like that he could be very good. See, the thing is, it's like, Chris and I talked about this when we were doing the show on Sunday. It's because we do a show on Sunday, most Sundays. We're not doing one this Sunday because my partner in crime here will be on vacation and will be probably in like Florida or something. And so we opened up a bunch of packs of cards and we were talking about it. Some of the cards are worth a lot of money right now, some of the autograph cards. And the rookies that the autographs are on, they haven't done anything yet. I mean, literally haven't done anything, have not made the majors, but the cards are worth $50 and $60. And it's just one of those things where it's like, well, if you hold on to the card, there is a minute chance that this person will be a superstar. But at this point in time, this card is going to be worth the most it's ever going to be worth, because it's never going to be worth more than what it is right now, because the potential is what everybody is putting, the money on. Because if someday this guy does turn out to be a superstar and he turns out to, be the next, Randy Johnson or the next Barry Bonds. Well, okay, we won't say Barry Bonds. I don't think a lot of his cards are going, but like Ken Griffey Jr. or something like that, or Shohei Ohtani, then the cards could be worth, thousands. But the chances of them being worth thousands is rare. So take the money and run, especially if you're not really, trying to complete a set. If you're just opening packs of cards and you find a card that's worth something and you can part with it because they're not on your favorite team, hey, go ahead and grab your $60 while you can. Because this card is going to be worth more than it's ever going to be worth in its life. Now, I'm not saying any of these cards are worth anything. I have no idea. They could all be worth 5 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents. They could all be nickel cards, which, I remember when I used to look at Beckett's as a kid. It's like I would look at all these Beckett's and I'm just sitting there going, my card is worth 5 cents. What's it worth? 5 cents. What's it worth? 5 cents seemed to be the number for most cards. Every once in a while you get excited when there was a double digit, like, oh, this is 20 cents. Very rarely did you see a buck. It's just because the cards, that was an era where the cards were not that high a quality. They were overly abundant, and the card market was actually starting to die off a little bit. So let's move on. Let's move on to Acuna. We've rambled on long enough about the card values. Let's move on to Acuna. Acuna is having an okay season. He's played in 50 games. He's batting .246. He's got 6 RBIs and 11 stolen bases. No home runs. No home runs. Right now, there's no pop in the bat this year. He's on the Mets, and they're 37-22. They have the best record in the NL with the Cubs. So they are doing very well. They just got done sweeping 3 games from the worst team in the National League and all of baseball, the Colorado Rockies. So that also helps when you get to play. And Juan Soto's bat came alive. He was in some kind of a slump. You face Rockies pitching, you're going to break out of your slump. And Soto did in a major way over the weekend. So good for Soto. I mean, it's like that's a lot of money that he got paid, and I'm sure he feels a little bit better, popping out some home runs there, even though it is the worst pitching staff in all of baseball. But we'll take it. Those home runs still count the same at the end of the year. Acuna's career numbers right now are 260. He does have 3 home runs, just none of them this year. 12 total RBIs, 11 stolen bases in 64 games. It's weird. Last year he hit 3 home runs, had no stolen bases. This year he's hit no home runs, but he's stole 11 bases. He's only been caught once, so I don't know. Did he discover the speed and lose some of the pop? I don't know, because he had 3 home runs in 14 games and he's played 50 and hasn't gotten a single one. Do I think he'll be great? No. We know his brother is pretty good, but I don't know if he'll have that kind of a career. So I'd probably look at Acuna as being, he could be a serviceable player for the next 10 years. And if he is, that's an amazing career you've had. Now we'll go to Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz is struggling with batting average. He's batting .196, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs, and he has 11 stolen bases in 45 games. There's some pop in that bat, but boy, I'll tell you, it is not hitting for average right now. His career average is only .206, so it's not that much higher, with 10 home runs, 23 RBIs, 23 stolen bases in 76 games total. So the speed seems to be about the same. But he's, this is a guy they're counting on to be good. So maybe the average will come up. If he can get that average up to about 250 and have that kind of pop in his bat, he'll have a very long career. But the Nationals right now, they're 28-31. They're a half game up on the Braves, and they're 9 games back of the Mets, and they're 5 games out of the wild card. Do I think Dylan Cruz will be great? Not really. I think Dylan Cruz will have an average career too, but that's the speculation. We don't know. That's why I like the older cards better, because at least I know that the players that were great and that weren't. Whereas these guys, there is still so much of their career in front of them, and they got so much to learn, and there's so much that they can do in the future. And they could prove me wrong. I don't think Acuna and Cruz are going to be great. I think Schwallenbach will be. But, we'll see. But we're going to have to wait 10, 15 years before we know for sure. And that's All-Star for now.